What if you could electrify a wall just by shooting at it? I imagine this concept would look a lot cooler with something like a railgun. On an operator with a unique long-range gunfighting capability like Kali or Glaz, except this one's on defense. Meet Bolter, my concept for a defending marksman in Rainbow Six Siege, and something that I don't think is too far off in Siege's future. The basic idea for the function of the gadget is this. He would have something in similar art design aspects to a railgun. Think Sojourn's gun in Overwatch, this gun from Halo, Chambers rifle from Valorant. I'm in particular partial to the railgun from Advanced Warfare, since it's a relatively near-futurist design that Siege is kind of in line with. It's still in the air for me whether or not you would make this a separate gun, kind of like Tachanka's launcher, or an underbarrel attached to an already existing one. Let's talk gadget function first. This weapon would fire special electric rounds, which you saw conceptually at the beginning of the video. The functionality of the gadget is to provide temporary electrical charges on appropriate surfaces that last about 10 to 15 seconds. So it wouldn't be a static way of defending reinforcements from breaches, but it could be used to trick any wide manner of charges on walls. To keep it from competing too heavily with Bandit or Kaid, I would give it about 3.5 seconds to create that desired effect. Tagging opponents with Bolter's rifle would give them a slowed, kind of Malusi CCing effect, as well as a damage over time effect, similar to Ana's rifle from Overwatch, if you've played that game. The weapon would make a significant amount of noise to alert attackers, and it would have a special kind of trigger pull to ensure skilled timings with shot placement, kind of like the revolver from CSGO, where it takes a second for the shot to actually get fired. That charging windup would also make a sound cue. So if the damage dealing effect on attackers seems a bit OP, this is my solution to mitigate some of that. Additionally, the railgun could only fire one shot at a time, needing a manual reload. Bolter would get 2 or maybe 3 of these rounds. I think that would be determined in playtesting more than not. When not firing the railgun, Bolter would get a standard DMR. I think this might be an opportunity for Ubisoft to do their once-a-year new gun, so maybe a marksman variant of the Scar series, which is employed by the Finnish UT regiment. It would have a unique, hard-hitting damage profile with a slow rate of fire cap to compensate. To keep Bolter from being a crazy powerful fragger, I'm not giving him any super powerful machine pistols or anything like that. Just a standard sidearm and barbed wire or impacts. The barbed wire could combo up with the shocking ability to provide temporary area denial, since there would be no way to deal with the shocking effect without destroying the barbed wire outright. Finland is a perfect destination to recruit for Rainbow, in my opinion. Not only does Finland have a big esports scene for marketing overlap, but Finland also has a cool mythos surrounding its military that I think a lot of people could get behind. For reasons that might be obvious to many, the Finns are associated with warfare in cold climates. Specifically, the character of Bolter is inspired by Simo Halha, the famous Finnish sniper who you may have heard of if you spend a lot of time looking at military history Wikipedia articles. I want a character who looks like they know how to do cold climate. Arctic getup with the snow goggles and everything. Don't do a face reveal unless there's a really freaking good reason for it. It, in my opinion, adds a neat level of mystique and intrigue around the character that I think Siege should totally keep going forward with along the lines of characters like Solus. Bolter is associated with the UT regiment, the first thing I found when I started looking up Finnish special forces. Here's a camo you could do for the season associated with it to buy. UT places a big emphasis on helicopter training and has a whole battalion dedicated to helicopters. That's about as much as I could find on them. My armchair analyst opinion on this one, I think it comes from Finland's many natural barriers of lakes, rivers, and mountains. Now, why is this character designed the way they are? Well, a marksman-type character on defense sort of exists in the role of Aruni, but her kit isn't tailor-made around that playstyle. Her gadget doesn't really synchronize with that mindset in the same way as Glaz or Kali. So my idea with this character is to create a marksman style of play on defense that also has a fun and dynamic gameplay loop in terms of the utility game, while also doing something a little bit different damage dealing wise. Now, I know it's obvious that graphic design is not my passion, but I do have fun with these videos from a gameplay design point of view, so I'm eager to do more of them. Let me know what you think of Bolter in the comments down below, and thanks for watching. Deuces.